Hi, it's Stereotypical podcast. Winter holidays are coming, so if you want to be next guest of the episode and if you wanted to receive a Christmas edition NFT from me, just go on unicotypical.com, fill out form of participant, and wait until you win. If you wanted to see more of the episode of Unique or Typical, just subscribe to this channel. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, Julia. My name is Alejandro. I'm 23. I come from Madrid, the capital of Spain.
Let's start and talking about stereotypes. Can you reveal most common stereotypes about Spain and Spanish people?
Of course, I think the most important stereotype about the Spanish people is that we all speak Spanish and we don't. There are four main languages like Catalonian, Gallego, Basque. And another one is you can eat paella everywhere, and you can, but you shouldn't eat it everywhere. There are like very famous places like in the coast, in the East Coast, where that is very yummy. Spanish food is not spicy. Don't think about Mexican. We are in Europe, another continent, another country. And no, all Spanish people love bullfighting. It's common, but we don't love everybody bullfighting.
Yeah, I heard somebody even protest against this.
Yeah, it's like 50% of the people like it and 50% don't.
And from my own personal experience of traveling in Barcelona, I have also some maybe stereotypes or maybe this is true. So now you will tell me. I lived there and I noticed that Spanish very talkative. Even when you're in supermarket next to cashier and this person in supermarket just don't stop in chatting. Can you just wait all this line of people until they done with this conversation? This is the one. This is true. Like Spanish, very open-minded, very talkative.
Yes, I was gonna tell you this about the Spanish people because this is not a stereotype. This is a fact. We all are very open-minded and we are very generous as well. So we like to talk, we like to meet new people, and we love to socialize with people. So yes.
And another thing is about, I don't know if it's really because Spanish wanna liking having a nap, like how you call it, siesta? When nothing is working during the day, like you wanna eat something in the tourist area, you can, but in city, everything closed. Why? Like you really sleep during the day or no?
Yes, we do.
Really?
Yes. Not everybody, but it is very common. It is something that belongs to us, and yes, we try to do it every day. At least 20 minutes, 30 minutes is like the perfect time to do it. And yes, I know that most of the places, mostly shops in our country, close from 2 to 4 because of the lunch and the nap. Most important things during the day.
So now I want to talk about winter holidays in Spain. I know that mostly some Spanish are Catholic. So I wanted to know how you celebrate Christmas, Happy New Year, and what tradition around these holidays do you have? Maybe some funny tradition about Christmas elves and everything.
Indeed, Julia. Mostly of Spanish people are Catholic, so we celebrate 24th evening and 25th lunch because it's the birthday of Jesus Christ. Is when he birthed. So it is a very important day for us. The family is always together. Also, we celebrate New Year's evening and also with the family. It is like family days. And I want to tell you something different from the Spanish culture because on 6th January, We celebrate Los Reyes Magos, the Three Kings. It is very famous for us because, well, we have presents not only for Santa, for Reyes Magos as well.
So talking about tradition, what other tradition do you have in Spain? And I know one is about bull runs or bull fights also. Can you explain about this?
I agree with you, it's one of the most famous traditions in my country. Okay, from the beginning, bull runs. This is very famous in Pamplona. This small town is located in the north of Spain. Okay, and bull runs consisted in this. It is a track, okay? So the bulls around 10, 12 start from the beginning of the track, and people are in front of these bulls. So when the race starts, the bulls start running and people start running in front of them. Only by meters, they are separated by meters, and this finishes in the stadium. This is very dangerous because, well, actually, almost every year someone dies.
Yeah, it's crazy. But how long the distance that they should run?
Probably around 1, 2 kilometers.
It's crazy. And what should you do? Like everybody who want to run with the bulls can run, or just specific people who like want to? How or everyone from the street can go and run with bulls?
Actually, not everybody can run. You have to have plus 18, and you have to be like in a good, like fit. You know how to run. Because if you don't know how to run, if you are not fit, you are not going to be able to put yourself in front of a bull with that kind of horns. So you should be very conscious of what you are doing because, like I told you before, almost every year people die.
It's crazy. And what did they run for? They have some prize in the end of the race or no? Just any
Adrenaline.
Okay. Good type of.
I did this not in this small town, but this is very famous in all Spain. And the adrenaline you feel when you are in front of a bull running, it is crazy. One of the most adrenaline things I've ever done in my life.
Oh, so you did it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So but you not get injured anything you run. It's okay for you, right?
Yes. Mostly the main problems are when because many people is concentrated in the same place. So the main problem is trip over and pushing someone. So if you fall to the ground, you are lost.
I understand. And what about bull fights? It's still in Spain?
Yes. Well, actually, it is almost. It is like losing the power, because in Catalonia it is forbidden from some time ago. So if you go to the rest of the Spain, for example, the most famous stadium in Madrid is Las Ventas. And in spring, there is like a famous season where all the famous bullfighters go there. It is not for everybody. It is a spectacle not for everybody because the bull dies after the show. So you have to take this in mind before going.
I never go there.
Actually, it is difficult to see, but it is very beautiful as well. It is a tradition. It has been doing this. The people has been doing this like more than 500 years ago. So it is very famous.
I know that other event that attract tourists is rally and Formula One. So can you explain shortly what season is that and how it's organized?
Well, rallies are very famous in Spain. Yes, Formula One as well. The circuit in Formula One in Spain is located in Barcelona. It is called Montmeló. It is the big prize there. And rallies are scattered in many places in the country. The most famous rally and Formula One players are Fernando Alonso and Dani Sordo. Yeah, they will be the more famous.
And talking about famous people and maybe people who represent Spain the best in the best way, can you name few of them who for you more motivating you and you feel that they represent Spain and Spanish people the most?
Of course. Well, in Spain is very famous because of our museums, because of our theaters, because of our culture, definitely. So the painters, the writers, the sportsmen mean so much for us. Talking about painters, for example, Dali in Catalonia, it is one of the most genius. Velázquez, Goya, centuries ago. Antoni Gaudí in Barcelona is very, very beautiful to see their art pieces. As well, Picasso. Talking about writers, Miguel de Cervantes with El Quijote de la Mancha, very famous in the whole world, Federico García Lorca. And a sportsman, probably the most well-known names, Rafael Nadal, tennis player, one of the best. Andrés Iniesta, football player, one of the best. Sergio Ramos, football player, playing in my team, Real Madrid, one of the best as well. Probably these names are very famous in the whole world.
And who from them motivates you personally the most and in what way?
I will say Rafael Nadal because his principles represent my principles, and I will say most of the principles from the Spanish people because he's very transparent. He says what he thinks. Also, he's a very good person. He's very humble. He's very open-minded, and he's very generous as well. Yeah.
How can you describe a Spanish girl in few words as well as Spanish guy in few words?
Okay, this is a difficult question because we are very different people, one from each other. But the main prototype for the Spanish girl, I will say, they are very nice. They are very welcoming. So they are going to treat you very well if you are going to talk with them. Also, one particular thing from Spanish people, not only girls, is that when we want to say hi, we give 2 kisses. This is not very common in Europe, but this is also something good to know. If you are going to introduce yourself to a Spanish girl or a Spanish guy, a Spanish guy, how he will be? Okay, person of principles. He's very savvy. He's very curious about life and about everything. Yeah. Also, they have brown hair and brown eyes mostly. Also, I have to say that we are very stylish as well.
Stylish. Like
Stylish.
good test of clothes and...
Yes.
Okay. So I always asking my multicultural guests to explain something about relationship with a person from their country. So can you highlight positive and negative sides about dating person from your country? I know that's all personal. I know it for sure, but still there is some cultural things that can be related to everyone from your country. So can you name it?
Of course, I will try my best here because I am Spanish and I don't know how it is to know an Spanish girl because this is my experience. I had to be a foreigner to explain this better, but okay. As I told you before, we are very outgoing. So we like to talk with everybody. So you shouldn't be jealous because we don't like that. We are very outgoing. We like to socialize with people. So you have to understand this. You have to give us space as well. So if you are flirting or in a relationship with a Spanish person, you have to know that if we have girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever, we need our space and we need to have our friends to have time with them. And we don't like that our couple is jealous because we like to have our free time and our space as well. Yeah.
But usually, like, this is normal when you're in relationship to flirt with somebody else. Like, just flirt, nothing else. It's okay, right?
It shouldn't be okay. Probably if you have girlfriend and your girlfriend sees you flirting with another girl, not going to be good for you because probably your relationship finished there. No, it is not. It is not well see if you flirt with someone while you are in a relationship. You shouldn't flirt. It is just talking. It is just being outgoing. That's it.
And at what age people usually get married in Spain nowadays?
Well, to be honest, the marriage it's getting less and less power. So if I had to say some age, I would say 30s. In the 30s is when most of the Spanish people get married. Yeah.
So now we're having a last question, and this is about places that you would definitely recommend to visit. So can you name best places in Spain that you would definitely recommend to visit for somebody who is traveling there? It depends of the season when they traveling.
Okay. If you go on winter, I will tell you definitely to go to Canary Islands because it is in the subtropic and they have very nice weather 365 days per year. So in winter I will go there to enjoy a good holidays, beach, mountain, sun, these things. After this, in spring, I will go to the east coast, Costa del Sol, Costa Brava, Costa Blanca. There you are going to enjoy of a nice weather with very nice temperatures around 20 degrees. The humidity is around 60%, so it is not very high. There you are going to find very nice beaches. The food is delicious there. The seafood, the meat. So yeah, I will go there in the spring. In summer, I will go to the north. Very green, mountains, hiking, rivers. Also sea, but it is very cold. So you have to go in summer for that reason. And for autumn, I will go to the interior of the Spain, Extremadura, Castilla y León, Castilla-La Mancha, also Madrid, Balearic Islands. It is the best season to enjoy these places because the temperature, it is not very high, it is not very low, and you have to visit these places are amazing as well.
Okay, thank you very much for recommendations.
Welcome.
So now it's time for the story. Basically, you will tell me any story from your life. It can be scary story, adventure story, funny story, anything you want. But the only one rule, story should be real.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you how I met my girlfriend. It is very funny because, well, it is a trend actually because in Spain, and I believe in the whole world, social media is very powerful. So we met each other by Instagram. We have been talking by Instagram for more than 8 months. I was living in Barcelona. She was living in a small town in Albacete. It is separated by 800 kilometers, more or less. So after these 8 months, she decided to come to Barcelona to meet each other because we never saw each other before. Yeah, the first time when I saw her, my heart was booming so high. I didn't know what was going to happen. But after the first meeting, we felt good, and we felt like if we knew each other from years ago. From that moment has passed around 6 months. We are still together, and I think it is a good story to tell because it is not like the most common relationship because we have been always together in the distance, and we are happy like this. And we met each other in the distance as well by social media. So I think this is like a trend which is going to be more and more.
Like a distance relationship, you mean?
Yeah, it's difficult, but we knew each other in the distance, so it is not very strange for us to doing well this
Yeah.
relationship like this.
I understand. I pressing the button, and amount is 20.
Meh, meh, meh.
It's random.
I trust you, don't worry.
So thank you for participating in the podcast and playing the game and telling me your story. And was nice to talk to you.
Goodbye.